A great example of what not to do that I learned very recently cost me $2,000, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. So in this video, I'll be going over a couple of practical steps to take that'll make business a little safer for your pocketbook. What even is a pocketbook? Safer for your checking account. That's more applicable. The first tip that I have is always have a contract, no matter who you're working with or how small the job is. I've had jobs with friends, now ex-friends, that just decided to stop paying me. And that sucks. Not just because we were friends, but if you're anything like me, you hate confrontation and you hate being like, hey, I know you agreed to pay me for this job, and I know you agreed to pay me by this time, and I'm really sorry for the inconvenience, but that was like 2 years ago. Don't worry, I'm working through my fear of confrontation with my therapist. So, contracts. I use a CRM, or Customer Relations Manager, I think is what it's called Honeybook, that keeps all my clients and potential clients in one place. Now, this video isn't sponsored, obviously, because if you're watching this when it first comes out, there's kind of a small number next to the subscribe. But I do have a referral link that'll help us both out. If you use it, you'll get 25% off your first year, which is huge when you're first starting out, and I'll get a referral bonus, so win-win. Now, Honeybook has a lot of cool features, but at the bare minimum, I would use it for contracts and invoices and receiving payments. It just makes the whole contract signing and receiving payments way easier, and it looks a bit more professional too. You seriously will end up doing a lot of work and not getting paid if you don't set up contracts before doing a job. Honeybook has some contract templates that are pretty simple that you can use and kind of tailor fit it to what you're doing. And then you can even run that through AI or ask a lawyer to look through it and make sure it's foolproof. So the reason you clicked on this video, the mistake that I made that cost me $2,000, and one that I didn't think was all that big of a deal when I did it, was I sent the deliverable to the client without receiving the full payment first. And the worst part is it's a client that I worked with a lot in the past. Now, there was a level of trust that was developed through all the jobs that I worked for them. They always loved my work, and sometimes they even tipped on top of what I was charging them. I had no indication at all that they would just not pay me for a job. And a bad habit that I developed was I always sent the deliverable to this client before receiving payment. It was just how I worked with this client in my head. Well, I was finishing up a job with them as I was moving from Louisiana to Kansas City, and I just forgot about the payment because I was busy with moving, but also moving a business to another state. So after about 7 to 8 months, I texted them asking for an update, and they kind of just brushed it off, saying that they were working on getting the payment to me. It doesn't take 8 months to get a payment to someone. So after about a week of texting and asking for updates, the client just ghosted me. Then I got in contact with a lawyer, and they said that I'd most likely win if it went to court, but the client actually paying me afterwards was another story. What? So I just decided to chalk it up to a lesson learned, because I don't need unnecessary lawyer fees. The last two mistakes I'll talk about pretty briefly because they're kind of self-explanatory. Number one is undercharging for your services. If you have no problem booking a client and you're getting more than enough work, raise your prices. You've obviously earned it. And if you're not getting enough work, then lower your prices, or you might be making the second mistake, not marketing yourself well. A lot of my income has actually come from weddings. So if you would like to hear about why you should shoot weddings, even if you think that you really wouldn't want to, then watch this video, and I'll talk you through booking your first couple. Okay, thanks.